Hey guys, welcome to another video where I'll be teaching math. I'm Abhinav. I've done both my bachelor's and master's in electrical engineering from IIT Kharagpur. Today is 2nd of April and the JEE Mains 2025 shift 1 has been conducted and concluded. I would say the paper is on the easier side. So in this session we are going to solve all the questions question by question. And I have suggested few modifications to some questions. So I would strongly recommend you guys watching the video till the end without skipping it. So this is the first question that we have. So there is a twice differentiable function f that satisfies this particular relation, and these initial values are given, and we have to find out the value of f double dash of pi by 3. So let us go ahead and solve this. So f dash of x is equal to f of x. So the derivative of the function and the function, they are both equal. So in the world of mathematics, there is only one function that satisfies this particular equation. So that particular function is f of x is equal to e to the power x multiplied by some constant. So if you solve this particular differential equation, you will get this particular exponential function as the solution to this. But as a JEE aspirant, you should be knowing this. So just by looking at this particular relation, you should write the function. So f of x is k times e to the power x is our function. So it is given that f of 0 is half. So this implies that half is equal to k multiplied by e to the power 0. E to the power 0 is 1. So k is equals to half. So therefore f of x is equals to half e to the power x. So f dash of x is also half e to the power x, and f double dash of x is also half e to the power x. So we are asked to find out f double dash of pi upon 3, that is simply e to the power pi by 3 by 2. So this is the answer. So this is such a simple question. So you just have to find the solution for this differential equation and then substitute the values. So nothing complex here. So let us go ahead and solve the next question. So this is the question that we have. So we have an ellipse x square by 18 plus y square by 9 is equals to 1. So this is a horizontal ellipse. So we have a horizontal ellipse, something like this. All right. So this will be root 18, which is simply 3 root 2 comma 0. So this is 3 root 2 comma 0. So this point will be minus 3 root 2 comma 0. So this will be 0 comma 3, and this will be 0 comma minus 3. Now a point P lies on E. So let us say there is a point P. All right. So this general point can be written as 3 root 2 cos theta comma 3 sin theta. All right. And S and S dash are foci. So there is one focus S dash here and another focus S here. Since they are talking about, they're talking about PS and PS dash. So this is PS dash and this is PS. So you have to multiply PS and PS dash and find the minimum value, find the maximum value, and then add them up. So that is what you have to do. Okay. Since they are talking about S and S dash, let us find out what is S and S dash. E will be eccentricity will be 1 minus b square by a square. So this is simply 1 upon root 2. So S will be ae comma 0. So 3 root 2 times 1 by root 2 comma 0. So this is 3 comma 0. So therefore this focus is 3 comma 0 and this focus is minus 3 comma 0. Now to find out PS, so you have the point P and you have the point S. So you can find the distance between PS and find an expression for PS in terms of theta. And similarly, you can find the expression for PS dash in terms of theta. And then you can multiply PS and PS dash and find the minimum value and maximum value by differentiating the expressions with theta. But that will be a very lengthy procedure and it will kill a lot of your time in your exam. So instead, let us do something. So we know that P is a point on the ellipse. All right. So P can be here or P can be here, anywhere on the ellipse. So what are the special points at which P can lie? So this is one special point at which P can lie, because there is a perfect symmetry. If P lies here, PS dash and PS will be equal, and there is a perfect symmetry. All right, and similarly this can be one special point, or what can be other special points. So this can be one special point at which P can lie. All right, so it is very safe to assume that like these points gives you either maxima or minima. I mean, these special points gives you either maxima or minima. Let us say here you are getting maxima, so for these points you will get a minima. So even in properties of triangles, you do just this. Let us say you have a triangle and someone asks you to find out the maximum value of sin x, sin y, sin z. So that happens when x, y, z are all 60 degrees. So equilateral triangle where you have all the symmetry. So here also we'll try to do the same thing, and it is very safe to assume that the maxima and minima happens at such points. 90% of the times this trick works. So this is the bet that you should take in your exam. All right, so let us say P is here, then this distance, so let us say P is here. Okay, then PS dash and PS, both of them will be equal. So we know this particular length, this is 3, and we know this length, this is also 3. So therefore from Pythagoras theorem we can say that PS will be 3 root 2, and similarly PS dash will also be 3 root 2, and PS multiplied by PS dash will be 18. All right, so let us say P is here, okay, and this is S dash. So then PS will be 3 root 2 minus 3, all right, because this is 3 comma 0, and PS dash will be 3 root 2 plus 3. So here in this case PS multiplied by PS dash will be this multiplied by this, so that will be simply 9. So here you got the maximum value and here you got the minimum value, and you are asked to find the sum of maximum and minimum values, so which is 27, and this is your answer. So just because I had to explain you all of these things so that you can choose the point P at these special points, it took me a lot of time, but in your exam you should come up with all these ideas in a split second, and you should be solving this question in less than a minute. So with that, let us proceed to the next question. So here we have this particular integral, and this is a greatest integer function. So the value of the integral is given, which is alpha minus ln2, and you have to find out the value of alpha cube. So let us consider the given integral. Integral 0 to e to the power 3. So this 1 by x power minus 1 can be written as e to the power 1 minus x. So dx, this is the integral that we have. So let us put the lower limit. So greatest integer part of 1 minus lower limit is 0. So this is integral part of e. When we do this, we get 2. Integral part of e is 2. And similarly, let us put the upper limit, e to the power 1 minus e cube. So e cube is greater than 1. So this quantity is negative. So e to the power some negative quantity. So e to the power 1 is 0. Okay. E to the power, sorry. So e to the power some negative quantity. So we have this particular thing. E to the power 0 is 1. So e to the power some negative quantity will be less than 1. So the greatest integer part will be 0. So when you put the lower limit, the greatest integer part is 2. When you put the upper limit, the greatest integer part is 0. So the possibilities are, so the greatest integer part of e to the power 1 minus x can be 0, 1 or 2. Let us see where it becomes 0, 1 and 2. So e to the power 1 minus x is equal to 1. So for this, to happen, 1 minus x has to be 0. So this implies x is equal to 1. E to the power 1 minus x is equal to 2. So for this to happen, 1 minus x has to be ln 2 and x has to be 1 minus ln 2. Alright. So these are two critical points that we got. Alright. So let us break the integral. 0 to 1 minus ln 2 plus integral 1 minus ln 2 to 1 plus integral 1 to e cube. Alright. So integral part of e to the power 1 minus x dx. Similarly, integral part of 1 minus x dx, and similarly integral part of 1 minus x dx. So if it is between 0 and 1 minus ln 2, the integral part will be 2. So this will be 0 to 1 minus ln 2 dx plus 1 minus ln 2 to 1. If it is between 1 minus ln 2 to 1, the integral part will be 1 dx. If it is between 1 to e cube, the integral part will be 0. So this will be simply 0. So here it will be 2x 0 to 1 minus ln 2 plus x, the lower limit is 1 minus ln 2 to 1. So 2 times of 1 minus ln 2 plus 1 minus 1 plus ln 2. So this is simply 2 minus 2 ln 2 plus ln 2. So that is 2 minus ln 2. So your alpha will be 2 and alpha cube is 8. So let us go ahead with the next question. So here we have the system of equations given. Alright. And it is told to us that it has infinite solutions and we have to figure out the value of 22 beta minus 9 alpha. This is a very straightforward question. So whenever we have infinite solutions, we know that delta is equals to delta 1 is equals to delta 2 is equals to delta 3. So what is delta? Delta is 3 minus 1 beta, 3 minus 1 beta, 2 alpha 1, 2 alpha 1, 1 1 4, 1 1 4. This is delta. If you have to get delta, if you want to get delta 1, you can replace the first column with 3 minus 3 and 4. If you want to get delta 2, replace the second column. If you want to get delta 3, replace the third column. So let us see what delta 2 is. So that will be 3 2 1. Replace the second column with 3 minus 3 and 4. 3 minus 3 and 4. Beta 1 4. Why did I replace the first column and not the second column? So if I replace the first column, you'll have alpha and beta both in the determinant. But if I replace the second column, you'll have only beta and you can find out the value of beta. So let us expand the determinant now. Delta 2 is equal to 0. So 3 multiplied by minus 12 minus 4 minus 3 multiplied by 8 minus 1 plus beta multiplied by 8 plus 3 is equals to 0. So this is 16 3s 48 minus 48 minus 21 plus 11 beta is equal to 0. So 11 beta is equal to 69. Beta is equals to 69 divided by 11. We got beta. So now let us see what delta 3 is. Delta 3 is, so you'll get the 3 2 1 here, 3 2 1. You'll get minus 1 alpha 1 also, but you have to replace the third column with 3 minus 3 and 4. So this is 3, this is minus 3 and 4. You have to replace this. You have to replace the third column with these. So this is equal to 0. So expand the determinant. 3 times of 4 alpha plus 3 plus 1 into 8 plus 3 plus 3 times 2 minus alpha is equal to 0. So this is simply 12 alpha plus 9 plus 11 plus 6 minus 3 alpha is equal to 0. 12 alpha minus 3 alpha is 9 alpha. this is simply minus 9 plus 6 is 15 and 26. This is 26. Alpha is equals to minus 26 by 9. So we got the values of both alpha and beta. We have to find out 22 beta minus 9 alpha. So 22 beta is 69 by 11 minus 9 alpha is minus 26 by 9. So 11 ones, 11 twos, 69 twos is 138, 9 ones plus 26. So this is simply 164. So this is the answer. So now let us move to the next question. So here you have a function given f of x. This is a cubic polynomial, and local minima and local maxima occur at p and q respectively, such that p square is equal to q. Then f of 3 is equals to, okay, so the function is f of x is 2x cube plus 9x square a plus 12a square x plus 1. To find local minima or local maxima, you have to differentiate this function. F dash of x is 6x square plus 9a multiplied by 2x plus 12a square. Alright, so you have to find the roots of this. Set f dash of x is equal to 0. So it is, so if you take 6 common here from every term, you'll get x square plus 3ax plus 2a square is equal to 0. So this can be written as x square plus 2ax plus ax plus 2a square is equal to 0. X multiplied by x plus 2a plus a multiplied by x plus 2a is equal to 0. X plus a multiplied by x plus 2a is equal to 0. So x is equals to minus a and x is equal to minus 2a are the roots. So one of them will be local minimum and the other will be local maxima. So to classify those two, let us find out f double dash of x. F double dash of x is equals to 12x plus 18a. So f double dash of minus a is equals to minus 12a plus 18a, which is 6a, and f double dash of minus 2a will be minus 24a plus 18a, which is minus 6a. Nothing is given about a. If let us say a is greater than 0, if a is greater than 0, this is positive. Okay, so minus a will be minima, and this is negative, so minus 2a will be maxima. If a is negative, this is negative, this is positive, so minus a will be maxima, minus 2a will be minima. All right, so we have the condition p and q. Minima is p, maxima is q. So minima is p, maxima is q. Minima is p, maxima is q. So in this case, let p square is equal to q. P square is equal to q is given. So if a is greater than 0, so p square will be a square. A square is equals to minus 2a. Alright, so either a is equal to 0 or a is equal to minus 2. Alright, and if you go to this case, p square is equal to q. So a square, sorry, here this is p, this is q. Minima is p, maxima is q. So p square will be 4a square is equal to q. So a will be either 0 or a will be minus 1 by 4. So we assume that a is greater than 0. So this is wrong. This solution, this will not be the solution. So in this particular case, we assume that a is greater than 0. So this will not be the solution. So this also will not be the solution. In this case, we assume that a is less than 0. So this will not be the solution. So the only solution will be a is equal to minus 1 by 4. So here we got a is equal to minus 1 by 4. Therefore, f of x will be 2x cube minus 9x square by 4 plus 12 by 16x plus 1. And now we have to find out f of 3. f of 3 is equals to 3 cube is 27. 27 times 2 is 54 minus 9 upon 4 times 9 plus 3 by 4. 12 by 16 is 3 by 4 times 3 plus 1. So let us take the LCM. So this will be 4. 54 times 4 is 216 minus 81 plus 9 plus 4. 216 minus 81 is 5. 21 minus 8 is 135. 9 plus 4 is 13. So this will be 148 by 4. So that will be 4 3 is 12, 4 7 is 28, 37. So f of 3 is 37. So this is the crucial step here. So you have to assume a greater than 0, a less than 0, and then solve the equations and then rule out these solutions. Since we have imagined a greater than 0, these two cannot be the solutions. Since we have imagined a less than 0, this cannot be the solution. Alright. A will not be is equal to 0 because we are dealing with local minimas and local maximas. A will be 0 for inflection points. Alright. So let us move to the next question. Here we have a hyperbola and the equation is given. This is a pretty standard hyperbola. And the directrix is given and focus is also given, and you have to find out the value of this particular quantity, which is 9 multiplied by e plus I square. E is your eccentricity and I is the, so where I is the length of latus rectum. Okay, I is the length of latus rectum. Okay, so for this you only have to know the formulas. So your I will be length of latus rectum, which is 2b square by a. And E is eccentricity, that is root of 1 plus b square by a square. Alright. Now directrix is given, root of 10 by 81. So the directrix will be a upon E. That will be root of 10 by 81. So this is simply root 10 by 9. Focus is also given. Focus is AE. AE is equals to root 10. A by E is there, AE is there. So multiply these two. So A by E multiplied by AE is equals to root 10 upon 9 multiplied by root 10. E and E gets cancelled. A square is equals to 10 by 9. So this implies A is equals to root 10 by 3. So substitute A in this particular equation. So root 10 by 3 multiplied by E is equal to root 10. So your E will be 3. Alright. So you got E and you got A, and you can find out B. So 1 plus b square by a square is equals to E square. 1 plus b square upon a square is, from this you can get a square is 10 by 9. This is equals to 9. So 9b square by 10 is equals to 8. This implies b square is equals to 80 by 9. So here we found out the value of b square. So now we have to find out the value of 9 multiplied by e plus I square. 9 multiplied by e plus I square. I is length of latus rectum, which is 2b square by a. So I square will be 4b to the power 4 by a square. So 9 multiplied by e is 3. We found out the value of e here, plus I square is 4 multiplied by b to the power 4. B to the power 4 is 80 by 9 multiplied by 80 by 9 divided by a square. So here a square is 10 by 9. So this 9 and 9 gets cancelled. Alright, 10 ones, 10 eights. So this will be 9 multiplied by 3 is 27 plus 4 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 80, 4, 8, 80. This 9 and this 9 will get cancelled. So this is 27, 8 8s are 64, 64 times 4, 256, 2560. So this is 2587. So this will be the answer. So let us move to the next question. So here we have to find the maximum value of n such that 50 factorial is divisible by 3 to the power n. This is a very straightforward question. So you have to find the power of some number in some factorial. So whenever you have to find the power of a prime number in some factorial, let us say n is the factorial number given to you. Factorial number given to you. Alright. In this case it is 50. And p is the prime number. Alright. So in that case, if you have to find the power of this prime number in this particular factorial number, the formula will be simply integral part of n by p plus integral part of n by p square plus integral part of n by p cube plus and so on. So here it will be simply 50 by 3 plus 50 by 9 plus 50 by 27 plus 50 by 81 plus and so on. So this will be 3 ones, 3 6 18. So integral part will be 16 plus the integral part of this will be 5 and here it will be 7 and after that it will be all zeros. So this is the power. 16 plus 5 is 21 plus 1 is 22. So 22 is your answer. So here I have a follow-up question for you guys. So what will be the power of 10 to the power, what will be the value of maximum value of n such that 50 factorial is divisible by 10 to the power n? Comment the answer. What will be the power, what will be the maximum value of n such that 50 factorial is divisible by 10 to the power n is the question. So comment your answer. So let us move to the next question. So here we have to find out the total number of 10-digit sequences formed by using only these 3 digits, where 1 should be at least 5 times and 2 should be used exactly 3 times. So you have 10 spaces. Alright. So 2 should be used exactly 3 times and 1 should be used at least 5 times. Okay, so 1 can be used either 5 times. So here you have to go with the casework. Or 1 can be used 6 times. Or 1 can be used 7 times. So here you have to go with the casework. So here it will be 0 and 0. So you just have to find out the permutations of this. So the total numbers are 10. So 10 factorial and 3 things are alike. So it will be 3 factorial and these 5 things are similar. So this will be 5 factorial and you have 2 similar zeros. So this will be 2 factorial. In this case it will be 10 factorial by 3 factorial, 6 factorial. Here it will be 10 factorial by 3 factorial multiplied by 7 factorial. You have to find the values of them You have to find the values of all three of them and then add them up. That will be your answer. But okay, so let us find out the answer first. So 10 factorial by 5 factorial in the first case. So 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial by 3 factorial is 3 factorial is simply 6 multiplied by 5 factorial multiplied by 2. So 5 factorial gets cancelled, 6 and 6 gets cancelled, 2 ones, 2 fours. Alright, 9 fours are 36, 36 multiplied by 7, 252 multiplied by 10. So this will be 2520. Next case, 10 factorial, 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 factorial by 6 factorial into 3 factorial is 6. So this and this gets cancelled. 3 2 6, 3 3 is 9, 2 ones, 2 fours, 3 fours 12, 12 sevens 84. So this is 840. And finally 10 factorial. So this can be written as 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 factorial by 7 factorial multiplied by 6. This and this gets cancelled. 3 2s, 3 3s, 2 1s, 2 4s. So this is simply 120. 2520, 840 and 120. So 3480 will be your answer for this particular question. This question can be made more difficult by asking you the number of 10-digit numbers that can be formed using those 3 digits. So in this case, what happens is when they ask you to find out the number of 10-digit numbers, 0 should not be in the 0 should not be the starting digit of the number. Here they mentioned sequences, so I have not considered them as numbers, and I have just directly wrote the permutations. But if they specifically mention these are 10-digit numbers, in that case you cannot consider that there is a 0 in the most significant place of the number. So comment down your answer if this was the question. So let us move to the next question. This question is from the complex numbers. So there is a circle mod z is equal to 1, which is your unit circle with the center 0, 0, and there is a point on this particular circle which satisfies this equation. Alright, then we have to find out the maximum distance from the point. This is a point, so you have to find the value of k, and when you put the value of k here, you'll get a point. You'll find the maximum distance between this point and this particular circle. Alright, okay, so let us consider this particular thing given. 2 plus k square z by k plus z bar is equal to kz. So just cross multiply. 2 plus k square z plus k square is equal to k square z plus k z z bar. So this and this gets cancelled. 2 is equal to k z times z bar is mod z square. So it is given that mod z is equal to 1. So mod z square is also 1. So this implies k is equal to 2. So now the point that you are dealing with is 2 plus I times 4. So the point is 2, 4. So now this is a circle with center 1, 2 and radius 1. So you have your coordinate axis like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The center of this circle is 1, 2. So 1, 2. This is the center of this circle and radius is 1. So the circle looks something like this. And your point 2, 4. Alright, I'll erase this. Your point 2, 4 lies somewhere here. This is 2, 4. Now you have to find the maximum distance of this point from this particular circle. So what will give you the maximum distance? So you'll get the maximum distance when you pass through the center and reach this point. So the maximum distance will be the distance between these 2 points. All right, so this point is 1 comma 2. So we can find out this distance using distance formula. So that distance will be simply root of 4 minus 2 whole square plus 2 minus 1 whole square, and this distance is simply the radius of the circle, which is 1. So it is given the radius is 1. So 1 plus root of 4 plus 1. So this is simply root 5 plus 1. So this is the answer for your question. So now I have a follow-up question for you guys. What will be the shortest distance? What will be the shortest distance between this particular point and this particular curve? So comment the answer. This is our next question on the test. So your theta belongs to the closed interval minus 2 pi comma 2 pi, and this is the equation given to you. You have to find the number of solutions of the equation. So pretty straightforward question. So consider the equation 2 cos square theta minus sine theta minus 1 is equal to 0. So cos square theta can be written as 1 minus sine square theta minus sine theta minus 1 is equal to 0. So this is 2 minus 2 sine square theta minus sine theta minus 1 is equal to 0. So this is minus 2 sine square theta minus sine theta plus 1 is equal to 0. 2 sine square theta plus sine theta minus 1 is equal to 0. 2 sine square theta plus 2 sine theta minus sine theta minus 1 is equal to 0. So 2 sine theta is common here. So you'll get sine theta plus 1 minus 1 is common. You'll get sine theta plus 1 is equal to 0. So 2 sine theta minus 1 multiplied by sine theta plus 1 is equal to 0. So sine theta equal to minus 1 or sine theta is equal to 1 by 2. So to find the number of solutions, to find the number of solutions, just draw the graph of sine theta. Sine 0, sine pi, sine 2 pi and minus 2 pi. Okay, so sine theta equal to minus 1. Minus 1 lies somewhere here. Draw a line parallel to x-axis passing through minus 1. So it will touch the graph at 2 points. And 1 by 2 is somewhere here. So draw a line parallel to x-axis passing through 1 by 2. It will cut the graph at 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore total there are 6 solutions. So this is a very, very simple question. So let us move to the next question. So this question is from 3D geometry. So QR are 2 points on the line L given by this equation, and QR is equal to 5 and P, the point P is also given. So let us make a good figure. So you have P, which is 0, 2, 3, and you have Q, you have R. So this length is given, it is 5. Alright, and now we have to find the area of this triangle. Alright, so to find the area of this triangle, so the base is given. So if we are able to somehow find out the height, we can use the formula half into base, which is 5 into height, to find the area of the triangle. Alright, so now let us assume this point is S. So S lies on the line L. Alright, so S can be written as, so let this be is equal to K. So S can be written as minus K plus 1, 3K plus 2. So equate X and Y and Z to K. So 5K plus 3. So these are the coordinates of S. Now QR is perpendicular to PS. So what are the DRs of QR? DRs of QR will be the DRs of this line, the directional ratios. So DRs of QR are -1, 3, 5. So we have to find the DRs of PS. What are the DRs of PS? So that will be the difference of the coordinates of P and coordinates of S. So -k plus 1 minus 0, 3k plus 2 minus 2, 5k plus 3 minus 3. These are the DRs of PS. So this will be simply -k plus 1, 3k and 5k. So these are the DRs of QR and PS. Since these two are perpendicular, so the product of the sums should, the sum of the products should be 0. So -1 multiplied by -k plus 1 plus 3 multiplied by 3k plus 5 multiplied by 5k should be 0. So this is simply k minus 1 plus 9k plus 25k is equal to 0, 25, and then this is 35. So k is equals to 1 upon 35. All right, k is equals to 1 upon 35. Let us do so now we have the value of k. So now we need the height h. So height h is nothing but the length of PS. PS will be is equal to square root of -k plus 1 minus 0. So minus k plus 1 whole square plus 3k plus 2 minus 2. So which is 3k whole square plus 5k plus 3 minus 3. So which is 5k whole square. Alright. So this is simply, let us put the values of k here. So 1 minus 1 by 35. So this is simply 34 upon 35 whole square plus 3k will be 3 upon 35 whole square plus 5k will be 5 upon 35 whole square. So in the denominator, so there will be a 35. In the numerator, it will be 34 square plus 3 square plus 5 square. Alright. So how much will be 34 square? That will be 1156. 3 square is 9 and 5 square is 25. So that will give us 1190 in the numerator, root of 1190 by 35. So this is the height. So the area will be half into 5 into root 1190 by 35, root 1190 upon 35. So this is 5 ones, 5 sevens. So this is root 1190 upon 14. Now this can be written as 1190 upon 14 multiplied by 14. 7 2's 14, 7 1's 7, 7 7's 49, 0. Alright. 2 1's, 2 8's 16, 2 5's 10. So this will be root of 85 upon 14. So this will be your answer. So let us move ahead with the next question. So this is the question that we have. We have to find the term independent of x in this particular expansion. So let us consider this as A and this as B. Alright. So this is your A and this is your B. Alright. If you consider the denominator of A, it is x to the power 2 by 3 plus 1 minus x to the power 1 upon 3. So this can be written as x to the power 1 upon 3 whole square plus minus 1 multiplied by x to the power 1 by 3 plus 1 whole square. So this is in the form of p square minus q p plus q square, where q is your 1 and p is your x to the power 1 by 3. So whenever you look something like this, So you should recollect this particular formula. P cube plus Q cube is equal to P plus Q multiplied by P square minus P cube plus Q square. So here your P is x to the power 1 by 3 and Q is 1. So this will be P cube will be x plus 1 is equals to x to the power 1 by 3 plus 1 multiplied by x to the power 2 by 3 minus x to the power 1 by 3 plus 1. So now this divided by this is x to the 1 plus x to the power 1 by 3. So this whole thing can be written as 1 plus x to the power 1 by 3. Now similarly, let us consider the second term, which is your now similarly let us consider the second term, which is your b. So you have x minus 1 upon x can be written as root x multiplied by root x minus this is root x. So this is simply root x whole square minus 1 square in the numerator divided by root x multiplied by root x minus 1. So numerator is in the form of a square minus b square. So that is a plus b into a minus b, this is root x minus 1, divided by root x into root x minus 1. So this root x minus 1 gets cancelled. So that will be root x upon root x plus 1 upon root x, that is 1 plus x to the power minus half. So this whole thing can be written as 1 plus x to the power minus 1 by 2. Alright. Now, so inside the bracket you have 1 plus x to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 minus x to the power minus 1 by 2 whole power 10. So this one and this one gets cancelled. So this is simply x to the power 1 by 3 minus x to the power minus 1 by 2 whole power 10. Alright. So now this is in the form of x minus y whole power n. So you can write the general form. So general form will be tr plus 1 is equals to 10cr into x power 1 by 3 whole power n minus r, which is 10 minus r into minus 1 whole power r into y to the power r. So y is minus 1 by 2 whole power r. Alright. Now, so this will be 10cr, so x to the power 10 minus r upon 3 minus 1 whole power r into x to the power minus r upon 2. So we have to find the term independent of x. So let us calculate the power of x here. So this is 10cr x to the power 10 minus r by 3 minus r by 2. This is the power of x. So minus 1 whole power r. So if it has to be, if we have to find out the term which is independent of x, so this particular power has to be 0. So 10 minus r by 3 minus r by 2 has to be 0. So this implies 10 minus r by 3 is equals to r by 2. So 20 minus 2r is equal to 3r. So 20 is equals to 5r and r is equals to 4. And it is asked to find out the term which is independent of x. So we have to find out t, r is equal to 4 means so t5. So that will be 10c4 into minus 1 whole power 4. So minus 1 whole power 4 is 1 and this is 10c4. So what is the value of 10c4? 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 by 4, 3, 2. 4 into 2 is 8 and this gets cancelled. 3 ones, 3 threes. So this is simply 210 and this is your answer. Alright. So next we have a question from progressions. So this a1, a2, a3 and so on is an arithmetic progression, and this is a condition that is given, and we have one more condition given, and we have to find out the number of terms. So let us see what this is, what the first condition is. When you put k is equal to 1, that will be a1. When you put k is equal to 2, it will be a3. When you put k is equal to 12, it will be 23. So this is simply minus 72 by 5 a1. So this is given, and it is also given that a1 plus, from the second condition we can write a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus and so on plus an is equals to 0. So general term of an AP AR is a1 plus r minus 1 times d. So from this first condition we can write a1 plus a3 is a1 plus 2d plus a5 will be a1 plus 4d plus and so on plus a1 plus 22d is equals to minus 72 by 5 a1. Alright. So here we have total of 12 terms. Alright, 1 to 12. So there will be 12 a1s. So 12 a1 plus 2d plus 4d plus and so on plus 22d is equals to minus 72 upon 5 a1. Alright. Now, so this is 12 a1 plus 2d is common here. So 1 plus 2 plus and so on plus 11. So this is simply 11 into 12 upon 2. So this is 2d multiplied by 11 into 12 by 2. So this is simply 66. So this is 66. 66 into 2 is 132. So 132d. So this is minus 72 by 5 a1. So 132d is minus 72 by 5 minus 12 multiplied by a1. So this is simply minus 72 minus 60 minus 132 by 5 a1. 132d, 132 gets cancelled. So 5d is minus a1. So this is the condition that we have. Alright. Now we have this sum of n terms. Sum of n terms is 0. So what is the formula for sum of n terms? It will be n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 0. So since n is not equal to 0, we can take n to the right hand side, and all we have here is 2 plus n, 2a plus 2a1 plus n minus 1 times d is equal to 0. So 2 into a1 is minus 5d plus n minus 1 times d is equal to 0. So since d is not equal to 0, we can write minus 10 plus n minus 1 is equal to 0. So n is equals to 11. So the number of terms is 11. So next we have a question from trigonometry. So we have to find out the number of solutions of this particular equation in the interval, closed interval, minus 2 pi comma 2 pi. So we have already solved this kind of question before in this session itself. So similarly we will solve this question as well. So let us go ahead and solve this. So this is 2 root 2 cos square theta plus 2 cos theta minus root 6 cos theta minus root 3 is equal to 0. So we can take 2 cos theta common here. So this will be root 2 cos theta plus 1. So like here you have like 2 minus root 6. So it is like 2 cos theta minus root 6 cos theta. When you have two such terms in the middle, you should get this idea that you should share one term with this and one term with this. So that is why I have separated out these two terms. All right. So, and now you have root 2 cos theta plus 1 and minus root 3 will be common here. All right. So root 2 cos theta plus 1 multiplied by 2 cos theta minus root 3 equal to 0. So cos theta is equals to minus 1 by root 2, or cos theta will be root 3 by 2. So let us draw the graph of cos theta in minus 2 pi comma 2 pi. So this is pi, this is 2 pi, and in the minus 2 pi interval also it will be like this. So here you have minus 1 by root 2 and here you have root 3 by 2. So draw a line parallel to x-axis passing through 3 by root 3 by 2 and minus 1 by root 2. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 solutions. So the answer will be 8. So the next question is from quadratic equations. So you have this Pn defined as alpha power n plus beta to the power n, where alpha beta are the roots of the quadratic equation, and P1 is 1, P10, P9 and P8 are given. All right. So what we have to do is we have to find out the quadratic equation. So let us go ahead. So let us say the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c. So it is given that P1 is equal to 1. Therefore, P1 is simply alpha plus beta, that is 1. Alpha plus beta is minus b by a, that is 1. So b is equals to minus a. So now the quadratic equation becomes ax square minus ax plus c. So now we have P9, P8 and P10 given. So we know very well that a multiplied by P10 plus b multiplied by P9 plus c multiplied by P8 should be equals to 0. All right. Therefore, so a multiplied by 123 minus b is minus a, so we already derived it, multiplied by 76 plus c multiplied by 47 is equal to 0. So this is a, 123 minus 76 is 47 plus c multiplied by 47 is equal to 0. So therefore a plus c is equal to 0, which implies c is also equals to minus a. So now the quadratic equation is ax square plus b is minus a, bx plus c is also minus a is equal to 0. So x square minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. So this quadratic equation has the roots alpha and beta. All right. Now we have to find the quadratic equation whose roots are 1 by alpha comma 1 by beta. All right. So the quadratic equation whose roots are 1 by alpha comma 1 by beta will be x square minus 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta multiplied by x plus 1 by alpha times 1 by beta is equal to 0. So this is x square minus alpha plus beta by alpha beta x plus 1 by alpha beta is equal to 0. So from this equation we can get alpha plus beta is equal to 1 and alpha beta is equal to minus 1. So therefore this will be x square minus alpha plus beta is 1 and alpha beta equal to minus 1 plus 1 by minus 1 is equal to 0. So this gives us x square plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. So this is the required equation. So let us move to the next question. This question is from the definite integration and it is a very direct and simple question. So you have to find the integral of ln x and then you have to apply the limits. You know the integral of ln x is x ln x minus x. So you just have to apply the limits. So it will be E ln E minus E minus 0. So E ln E is simply E minus E is 0. So this is the simplest question on the question paper. So let us go to the next question, and this question is from the conic sections, especially parabola. So PQ is the focal chord of the parabola y square is equal to 4x, making an angle 60 degrees with the positive x-axis. So let us make the figure first. So you have a parabola, y square is equal to 4x, something like this. So PQ is the focal chord, okay, it passes through the focus, and this particular angle is 60 degrees. P lies in the first quadrant and S is the focus of the parabola. So P lies here and Q is here. A circle with PS as diameter touches y-axis at 0, alpha. Then alpha square is equals to. Alright. Now the focus is 1, 0. So let us say P is 80 square, 80. Here A is equal to 1. So this will be 80 square, 280. So this will be T square, 2T. Alright. Now, what is the slope of PS? Slope of PS is 2T minus 0 divided by T square minus 1. Also, the slope of PS can be written as tan 60. So, tan 60 is root 3. So, 2T upon T square minus 1 is root 3. Alright. Now we have to now this will be root 3 T square minus 2T minus root 3 is equals to 0. So this will be root 3 T square minus 3T plus T minus root 3 is equals to 0. Now this will be root 3T multiplied by T minus root 3 plus 1 multiplied by T minus root 3 is equal to 0. So T is equals to minus 1 by root 3 or T is equals to root 3. Since P is in the first quadrant, we don't consider this solution. So T is equal to root 3. So P will be T square, which is 3, 2 root 3, and S is 1, 0. So we have to find the equation of the circle whose endpoints of the diameter are P and S. So that will be x minus 3, the x coordinate, multiplied by x minus 1, the another x coordinate, plus y minus 2 root 3 multiplied by y minus 0. This is equal to 0. So now the question is that they are saying that this particular circle which passes through PS touches y-axis at some point 0, alpha. So on y-axis x is equal to 0. So let us put x is equal to 0 in this particular equation. So that will give us minus 3 times minus 1 plus y into y minus 2 root 3 is equal to 0. So this is y square minus 2 root 3 y plus 3 is equal to 0. So now we have to find out the value of y, and this is a quadratic equation. Since it is touching y-axis and not intersecting y-axis like this quadratic equation should have only one solution. This can be written as y minus root 3 whole square is equal to 0. So y is equal to root 3 is the solution, and this is equals to alpha. So alpha square is equals to 3 will be your answer. So our next question is from probability. So you have this set which contains the first 40 natural numbers, and 3 distinct elements are chosen from this set. So the thing that you have to figure out is the probability that they form a GP. So let us say the first element is A upon R, the second element is A, and the third element is AR. Alright. Now if R is equals to 1, so this will become A comma A comma A, which should not be the case, since we have to choose 3 distinct elements. So let us say R is equal to 2, then this will become A by 2 comma A comma A. So this can be 1 2 4 or 2 4 8 or 3 6 12 or 4 8 16, or this can be 10 20 40. Alright, so here we have 10 choices. Let us say if R is equal to 3, so we can have 1 3, alright, 1 3 9 or 2 6 18 or 3 9 27 or 4 12 36 or 5 3 is 15 3 is 45. So this cannot be the case. So since we have numbers till 40, so this will be 4 choices. Let us say R is equals to 4, so then we have 1 4 16 or 2 8 32 or 3 12 48 is not possible. So here we have 2 choices. So if R is equal to 5, we can have 1 5 25 or 2 10 50. This is not possible, so one choice. For R is equal to 6, this can be 1 6 36. For R is equal to 7, so 1 7 49 is not possible, so R is equal to 6. So here we have 10 choices. 10 plus 4 is 14 plus 2 is 16, and this is 1 17 and this is 1 18. So probability will be 18 upon 40 C3. So 18 by 40 into 39 into 38 by 3 into 2 into 1. So 2 ones, 2 20s, 3 ones, 3 ones, 3 threes. So you have 18 by, so this will be 2 9s, 2 10s. Alright. And what else? That's all. So this will be 9 by 13 into 38 multiplied by 10. So that will be 13 into 38, right? 13 multiplied by 38. So 9 by 4940. So your M is 9, your N is 4940. So M plus N is 4949. Alright. So let us move to the next question. So here we have a question from 3D geometry. ABCD is a tetrahedron such that AB, AC and AD are mutually perpendicular. So whenever you come across this kind of statement where 3 lines are mutually perpendicular, you imagine the coordinate axis. So let us say your A is here, B is here, C is here, D is here. So AB, AC and AD are mutually perpendicular now. Alright. If the area of triangle ABC, so ABC is a right angle triangle. The area of triangle ABC is given, and also area of triangle ACD, that is also a right angle triangle, and area of triangle ABD, that is also a right angle triangle. So they're all given. Now we have to, so this is 90, this is 90, this is 90. Now we have to find out the area of triangle BCD. Alright. So let this point be, let's say this is y-axis, so let this point be 0 comma beta comma 0, and this is alpha comma 0 comma 0, and this is 0 comma 0 comma gamma. All right, now area of triangle ABC is given, so that is half into alpha into beta, half base into height simply, so this is 5. And similarly area of triangle ACD, so that will be half into beta into gamma is equal to 6. Similarly area of triangle ABD, half into alpha into gamma is equal to 6. So therefore alpha beta is equal to 10, beta gamma is equal to 12, alpha gamma is equal to 14. So now you have these equations. So we have to find out area of triangle BCD. Area of triangle BCD. So that will be half modulus of BC bar cross BD bar. Alright. So this will be half. BC bar will be minus alpha I cap plus beta j cap cross BD bar will be minus alpha I cap plus gamma k cap. Alright, so now this will give us half into alpha gamma j cap plus alpha beta k cap plus beta gamma I cap. Alright, so we have alpha gamma here 14, so this is half 14 j cap plus alpha beta 10 k cap plus 12 I cap. So we have to find the magnitude of that. So that will be half into square root of 10 square is 100 plus 12 square is 144 plus 14 square is 196. So 196, 144, 100. 6, 4, 10, 14, 440. So this will be simply half into square root of 4 into 110. So this is 2 root 110 upon 2, which is root 110. So this is the answer. Let us move to the next question. Here we have a question from functions. So you have this function given f of x and you have to find this particular value. So let us take the numerator. So 4 plus 2 root 3. So this can be written as root 3 whole square plus 1 square plus 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by root 3. So now this looks like a square plus b square plus 2ab. So this is simply root 3 plus 1 whole square. Alright. So now your f of x becomes root 3 plus 1 whole power 2x by root 3 plus 1 whole power 2x plus root 3 plus 1. Alright, so this is simply, now this can be written as root 3 plus 1 whole power x upon root 3 plus 1 whole power x plus root 3 plus 1 whole power minus 1 minus x. So what I have done is I have divided the numerator by root 3 plus 1 whole power x, and I have divided the denominator with root 3 plus 1 whole power x. Alright, that's what I have done. So now this is f of x. So now let us find out f of 1 minus x. F of 1 minus x is root 3 plus 1 whole power 1 minus x by root 3 plus 1 whole power, in the place of x we have to substitute 1 minus x, plus root 3 plus 1 whole power 1 minus x. So this is simply x. Alright. So now if you add these two equations, you get f of x plus f of 1 minus x is simply 1. So now we have the summation running from 1 to 80, and we have f of, so we have to find out f of 1 by 81 plus f of 2 by 81 plus and so on f of 80 by 81. So we have to find out f of 1 by 81 plus f of 2 by 81 plus and so on plus f of 80 by 81. Now if you consider this term and this term, so that is simply f of 1 by 81 plus f of 1 by 80 by 81 can be written as 1 minus 1 by 81. So now this looks like f of x plus f of 1 minus x. So this is 1. So the sum of these two terms is 1. So similarly sum of f of 2 by 81 and f of 79 by 81 will be 1. So therefore there will be 40 such sums and the value of each sum is 1. So the answer will be 40. Alright, let us go ahead and solve this. A plus I is given. So we can find out A. So we just have to subtract 1 from the diagonal elements. Alright. So this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be minus 3, this will be A, 1, 0, 2, 1, 1. Alright. Now det A is equal to 4. This is given in the question. So det A is equal to 4. So let us find out det A from here. So det A will be, so if you check this particular row, two elements are 0. So we can find out the determinant along this particular row. So this will be minus 2 times minus 3a minus 1. Alright. So this will be 6a plus 2. This is 4. It is 4. It is given. So 6a is equal to 2 implies a is equal to 1 upon 3. Now a minus 1 adjoint of a plus 1a. A minus 1 is minus 2 by 3 since a is 1 by 3. Adjoint of a plus 1 is 4 by 3a. So this is we have to find the determinant of this. Now we have some formulas. Det of k times some matrix M is equals to, if it's a 3 by 3 matrix, it will be k cube times det M, and also det of adjoint of some matrix N. If it's a 3 by 3 matrix, it will be det of n square. Alright. So now here this is your k and this is your M. So that will be k cube. So minus 2 by 3 whole cube into det M. So that will be det of adjoint of 4 by 3 a. Alright. Now 4 by 3a will be your n. So det of adjoint a will be minus 2 by 3 whole cube. That will be det n whole square. So 4 by 3 n 4 by 3 a whole square. Alright. Now again this is in the form of km. Alright. So that will be minus 2 by 3 whole cube times det of 4 by 3a will be 4 by 3 whole cube times det A. 4 by 3 whole cube times det A whole square. Alright. 4 by 3 times det A whole square. So now this will be minus 2 cube by 3 cube. So 4 cube whole square. So that is 4 power 6. 4 power 6 is actually 2 power 12 by 3 cube whole square, that is 3 power 6 upon det A square. Det A is 4. 4 square. So 4 square can be written as 2 power 4. So this will be 2 to the power 4 multiplied by 2 to the power 12 is 2 to the power 16. Here you will get 2 cube. So 2 to the power 19, and there will be one minus sign also, by 3 to the power minus 9. So your M is 19 and N is minus 9. So M plus N is equals to 10. Maybe this minus sign is not given in the question. Maybe this is minus 2 to the power M times 3 to the power N. So like maybe the question is wrong. I might have not noted down the question properly, but this is how you should solve it. So let us go ahead and solve the next question. So your next question is from the topic definite integration and areas. So you have to find the area bounded by this particular region. So let us draw the graph. Let us draw the graph. This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, and you have y is equal to x square here, and y is equal to 4 here. Y is equal to x square, and x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 is your y-axis, alright, and y greater than or equal to 4 minus x square. So at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 4, and the graph goes something like this. And so this is y is equal to 4 minus x square. But since there is a modulus, you have to take the image of the negative part about x-axis. Okay, this will be the graph. Now you have to find out the area of the region bounded by y greater than or equal to mod minus 4x square. So the which is above this graph and this side of the y-axis, y less than or equal to 4. So less than this, and x square, y less than or equal to x square. So below this. So you have to find the area of this particular region. Alright, so for that we have to find out this point. Alright, so let us do that. So we have y is equal to x square and we have 4 minus x square, and we have to solve them. So this will give us 2x square is equal to 4, x square is equal to 2, x is equal to root 2. So this point, is root 2, and this point, so that is y is equal to 4 and y is equal to, so it's not 4 minus x square. Since we have taken the image, we have to take x square minus 4. So x square minus 4 is equal to 4, x square is equal to 8, so x is equal to 2 root 2. So this particular point is 2 root 2. Alright, now the area that we have to find out, okay, also this particular point is 2. Alright, so the area that we have to find out is okay, so let us find out this point as well. So this particular point, so that is y is equal to 4 and y is equal to x square is equal to 4, so x is equal to 2. So actually this is 2, this is x is equal to 2. So the graph looks something like this, x is equal to 2. Alright, so the graph looks something like this, x is equal to 2. So from integral root 2 to 2, we have to subtract x square minus 4 minus x square, alright, dx, plus integral 2 to 2 root 2, we have to subtract 4 minus, so this is not 4 minus x square, this is x square minus 4 now, x square minus 4 dx. Alright, so this is integral root 2 to 2 2x square minus 4 dx plus integral 2 to 2 root 2 8 minus x square dx. So you can solve this integral and you'll get the answer. So that will be 2 into x cube by 3 minus 4x. Apply the limits root 2 comma 2, and this is 8x minus x cube by 3. Apply the limits here. So this will be your answer.